Hey there everyone, welcome back. This is Kevin, also known as Serjay Svek, and welcome back to yet another review of things I bought online recently, or ROTIBOR. And tonight we are going to review the UCO 6-piece mess kit, or 5-piece, now that I think about it. I'm going to go ahead and explain in a bit why it is so. So this is a handy dandy thing that I bought from Tactical Asia. I'll put the links in the description. It measures 8 by 8 by 3 inches, or that is 17.1 by 17.1 by 5.77 centimeters. And let's go ahead and show you what these parts are. So it comes like this, and take it out here, and we can go ahead and remove the tether for easier viewing. There we go. So these are your 5 pieces. There's the bowl here at the bottom. This is the lid, which can also serve as a plate. This is your switch spork, which we'll get into more detail in a bit. And last is the tether. Now, it is originally the 6-piece mess kit because there was the UCO collapsible cup, or collapsible camp cup. But, you know, just to get it out of the way, the reason why it's not here is because despite its portability, I did not like the fact that no matter how many times I washed it, whether it was with baking soda or I soaked it for a long time, it could never get rid of the taste of, like, say, my coffee or whatever kind of liquid that I drank from it. So in the end, I decided, you know, let's just do away with it. There's not much room in the kitchen cupboard for that, so just leave it out. So for now, we're just going to focus on the 5 remaining pieces, which I find infinitely more useful. So the good thing about the bowl and the lid over here is that they both have rubber lining the bottom. Same with this one over here. So this means, while this is cloth, let me go ahead and just remove this. It's on the wooden table, so it barely moves, which is great. You don't want it to be sliding across your table. And it was the same with this. These are actually both, this one is better in the microwave. I don't recommend that you put this in the microwave because of this gasket over here, which acts as a seal for both the plate and, rather, the lid and the bowl here. So keep in mind, if you want to microwave your food in this thing, better just do it in here. And another good thing about it is that the way it's shaped, there's no or barely any sharp angle here. So what that means is because they advertise it on the website that it's so that when you use the switch spork on it, see, it follows the shape of the bowl. And also, well, not so much the lid. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but there's a bit of a space in between. But when you look at the bowl here, see, it really follows the shape. So it's a lot easier to pick up every single morsel on the bowl. And these also come with their volcano-shaped edges over here, which are great, especially if you want to like hold hotter food like soup, for example. You don't have to worry about burning up your hands here. Not that it really matters, because whenever I put hot food in here, it doesn't really heat up that much. But if you want the extra security, you can hold it like this. Okay, now moving on to the next part, which is the switch spork. So it comes like this by default, and you can put the tether into this hole over here. Now this is actually the reason why I bought the mess kit in the first place, because when I saw this is it's pretty long already by itself. Let me just double check if I can find. I don't have it, the dimensions for this one right now. I think they said in the other videos it was like 7 inches, give or take. But what really makes this thing special is that it can switch. So if you want to take it separated, you have to slide it like this. If you put it together, you can just click it together like that. So when you separate it, you just turn this around and slip it inside. And it now, if I remember correctly, this is 10 inches now. So if you're gonna eat your freeze-dried foods in a bag, like your Mountain House, it's definitely a lot easier to get to the bottom without getting your hands dirty if you have to plunge your smaller spoon inside. For Filipinos, this is probably better for when you drink or when you eat halo-halo from a tall glass, like in Razons. Razons is the best halo-halo for me. Let me know in the comments if you prefer Chowking or Razons. But yeah, either that, or if you're trying to get into the bottom of a very big jar, let's say of peanut butter, that way you can scoop up your peanut butter a lot easier, again, compared to if you were to do this, which is a great function. And on their own already, you've got a fork, a spoon, and a knife. It still grips well despite its unusual shape. The fork grips very sharp here, doesn't give. Same with the spoon. There's a nice bowl here, so I can actually drink soup from this. And there's a bit of rice and meat and vegetables that I can put on the spoon. And with the knife, this is a really, really great thing because I've actually cut steak with this. This is easy to cut Edam cheese with this, or in the Philippines we would call it not Edam, queso de bola, which is a popular Christmas holiday cheese. That round ball of cheese covered in red wax. So it's a pretty hard cheese, but I can go ahead and cut it easily, not much of a problem. And the only thing that I find really bad about this is that there's just a lot of engravings over here. If you're out and about in the woods, there's going to be an opportunity for a lot of dirt to go in here, in here, in here, and probably in here too. Where cleanliness is a very big part of camping or hiking, it's going to be hard to have to struggle to get rid of every single bit of dirt in these grooves. So that's the only thing that is problematic for me. Oh, no, wait, there's another one. So for me, as a Filipino, we eat with a fork and spoon. Not really with a fork and knife. But if you can see here, if I were to hold it like this, the serrations brush up against my palm and my wrist, see? So if I'm not careful, I could probably, hurt myself. Not really prick myself, but it's uncomfortable. So just something to think about. The problem with cleanliness also persists here because there's a bunch of grooves over here. Well, it's not really that bad, but let's say if you have got some dirt or some mud here, it's going to be hard trying to scrape every single bit out from here. Same with this. I wish it was a lot smoother. It'll give a much better cleaning experience, but As it is, it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna go out to the woods anytime soon because of this pandemic, but definitely it's something to think about. And now with the tether, so as you can see, there's this knob here, makes it easier to go into the holes. And you've got a couple of separations here. The reason is, will be demonstrated shortly. Hold on. Just pull it out here, and again. All right, and when you pack, or when you get it from the package, this is how you put the switch spork on. So you've got the hole here, just stick it in, and lay it flat, and you're good to go. But if you don't want the switch spork on the outside, that's fine too. You can put it inside, no problem. The camp cup can also be stowed on the inside too, so they can all fit, no problem. Now going back to the tether, the reason why I find it quite useful is because of this. So you see, again, these two knobs over here. What you can do is you can do this, and let's say put this with the spork, and now you've got it hangs separately. So you can now attach this to like a hook or a branch when you're outside, and then when you're done washing, you can dry it like this. So I would consider this tether a tool or a part in and of itself. So the last thing I want to do is show you, or test rather, if this thing is waterproof or not, because again, the reason why you can't microwave, I don't recommend that you microwave the top here, is because of this gasket here. But both of these are dishwasher safe. So let's go pour some water into the bowl, and then we'll test if it really is leak proof. There we go. Let's adjust the camera here. So we're going to close the lid. When you close it, if you really want to make sure it's leak proof, because you can see here there's like a gap, just got to really push it down, you know, because if you just close it, there's going to be that gap, so be mindful of that. There we go. So pretty sealed. See, there's still a bit of a gap here, even though I've tried to push it down, so that's something for you to think about. Let's get my canteen cup over here so I don't leak anything on the table. And 3, 2, 1. No drip. Sloshing around, but nothing is coming out, so that's a success. But just for the sake of demonstration, let's say you don't close it properly. So like what I did earlier, I was pushing it down all the way. So if you just put it like this, so if you don't push it down like this, let's just demonstrate. It's not coming out, but you can see there's some drops already here. So it's not coming into the canteen cup, but it's already on my hands. So to be sure that you can try to keep it as leak-proof as possible, there's water down here. So keep it as leak-proof as possible. Make sure you push down on every part, and you should be good. I still don't recommend that you put water or soup or anything and then put it inside your backpack. just to be safe. If ever I was to bring this to work when the pandemic is over, I'll just keep this empty and maybe use it when I go to the cafeteria. Have them fill it up with my food. Another problem of that, which I want to bring up, is because if I want to use a thinner backpack, this thing is very wide. So most likely, I'm going to have to end up stowing it like this, vertically. So and that's why I said I'm probably going to bring it empty, because I don't want all the food to just lump down here at the bottom. I recommend that if you have a thinner backpack, you should bring one of those thinner, narrower lunch boxes, because that way it'll be an easier fit. Most likely, if I were to bring this with food, I would have to carry a separate tote bag, which I don't want to have to do. So that is my review of the UCO 6-piece, well, now 5-piece mess kit. Thanks very much for your time. You take care and always stay safe. Bye now.